hate it, bro. I'm good. I have thick skin, but it's like, it's just like so annoying. It's like, why am I giving like?
Then take his license away, because you have to send the right message out to the rest of the people that are out there that think they can actually get away with doing whatever it is he's done.
FBI agents have raided the Southern California home of YouTube star Jake Paul. Federal officials say the search was part of an
Jake Paul's boxing license suspended after involvement in Anthony Joshua car accident. His license has been suspended due to the ongoing investigation into his alleged role in the accident. This shocking news has fans and analysts questioning his future in boxing, while debates intensify over the consequences Paul might face for his controversial actions.
I can't even now speak about like how I'm feeling, and they say like bad things like happen in 3.
Jake Paul is now under FBI investigation following his alleged involvement in Anthony Joshua's horrific car accident. Authorities are scrutinizing the Paul brothers as potential suspects, while fans and experts debate how deep this scandal goes. The boxing world is stunned, questioning not just his career, but the seriousness of his alleged actions behind the crash.
The YouTube star was reportedly not present in the home when the search happened. The LA Times reporting that multiple weapons were found and taken from the property. The FBI has confirmed that no arrests were made.
The controversy surrounding Jake Paul continues as Garetha Davies points out the risks that were always looming in their fight. Paul's broken jaw and risky antics now seem minor compared to the chaos surrounding Anthony Joshua's car accident. Fans are reflecting on the dangerous decisions leading up to these events, highlighting how unpredictable and reckless Paul's career trajectory has become.
In fact, some very interesting and germane points you make there in this moment, Raheem, that I think what I've noticed, that obviously there were a kind of panoply of opinions about him fighting Jake Paul to take it back a week and a half. I mean, I was critical of that fight being signed, first of all, because I worried about the dangers for Jake Paul. He got his jaw broken at the end of the day, and kind of used the scars as a flag in his new moon, delusionally optimistic, in his words, as he is about these things. So Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury's reaction shows even boxing's biggest stars are shaken by the tragic crash that killed 2 of AJ's team members. Fury publicly offered his condolences and reminded everyone life matters more than rivalries. This places a massive spotlight on the investigation into the Paul brothers' suspected involvement.
Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, black, whites, Chineses, everybody on earth. This goes out to you. We are not divided. We are one peoples under God, united. That's what we are. Let no government, let no spokesperson, let no politician drive a wedge between humanity. Welcome your brothers and sisters as one. They are not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that. Spread love, not hate. And spread peace, not war. All this talk of all the stuff that's going on, I mean, all the political stuff, trying to drive a wedge between humanity and God's children. Let us not go down that path. We are one, united under God in Jesus.
Pain Game exposes the ridiculous irony. Jake Paul rakes in millions from a fight, only for his reckless behavior to help create a near-fatal accident for Anthony Joshua. Now, with his boxing license suspended and an FBI investigation looming, Paul's superstar status is collapsing. Fans are mocking his incompetence and questioning if he even belongs in the sport.
His life. And it's so crazy to think that over a week and a half ago, he was on top of the world. Apparently, he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday, we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling him out alive. There's no way he would have survived.
John Fury's words highlight the shocking consequences of Jake Paul's reckless actions. While AJ survived, 2 people lost their lives, and the world saw just how dangerous Paul's behavior can be outside the ring. With his boxing license suspended and FBI scrutiny intensifying, Paul is no longer just a controversial fighter. He's now a symbol of irresponsibility, facing worldwide humiliation and the collapse of his career reputation.
You one lucky lad. God bless you, my lad. Glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody, and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can and be safe.
Logan Paul's reaction shows even his own family can't ignore the chaos Jake Paul has caused. With Anthony Joshua's near-fatal accident and 2 lives lost, Jake's reckless actions are under FBI investigation. His boxing license suspension is a public humiliation, proving that money and fame can't shield him from the consequences of his dangerous behavior. Eddie Hearn stresses supporting Anthony Joshua, highlighting the chaos caused by Jake Paul. While AJ receives care and safety, Paul faces suspension, FBI investigation, and global ridicule. His reckless actions contrast sharply with professional responsibility, proving that viral fame and flashy antics cannot hide the real-life consequences of endangering others.
Really be there for them and the family, anything they need. You know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure obviously they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy and as happy as...
Showbiz the adult explains the accident details, but the focus quickly turns to Jake Paul's reckless behavior leading up to this tragedy. While Anthony Joshua miraculously survived, 2 lives were lost, and Paul is now facing a suspended license and FBI scrutiny. Fans are criticizing Paul's irresponsibility, pointing out that his flashy antics and viral stunts have real-world consequences. The stationary truck incident highlights just how dangerous his actions can be outside the ring. This accident not only endangers careers, but also lives, showing that fame and online clout mean nothing when recklessness crosses the line.
There was someone in the stationary truck. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to report on that, but the truck was stationary. And Anthony Joshua's SUV struck the stationary truck.
Joe Rogan's comment underscores the shocking nature of Anthony Joshua's accident and highlights just how close he came to a catastrophic outcome. But the real story here is Jake Paul, whose reckless actions have now led to an FBI investigation and suspension of his boxing license. The fact that Joshua survived while others didn't puts Paul's irresponsibility in stark relief. Fans are calling out Paul for prioritizing stunts and fame over safety. Rogan's words emphasize the thin line between life and death, showing that fame, wealth, or viral victories cannot prevent the real consequences of careless behavior. Jake Paul is now facing worldwide scrutiny, ridicule, and accountability.
I mean,
that's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead. Probably,
no
or fucking severely.
Alexander Usyk's condolences highlight the devastating human cost of the accident, showing that Anthony Joshua's team lost 2 close friends. While Usyk focuses on support and recovery, Jake Paul faces criticism for his reckless role in the chain of events that contributed to this tragedy. Fans and boxing experts are calling out Paul for endangering lives for fame and viral attention. Usyk's words also remind everyone of the stark contrast between professionalism and irresponsibility in boxing. AJ surrounded by teammates and friends prioritizing safety, and Paul under FBI investigation and license suspension. This incident marks a humiliating low point for Paul.
Usyk said, "This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna Atlatif are 2 incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong, champion."
Liam Goff reports a tragic loss for Anthony Joshua, with 2 of his close friends dying in the accident. While condolences pour in, the focus shifts sharply to Jake Paul, whose reckless behavior and controversial antics have now led to a suspended boxing license and FBI investigation. Fans are condemning Paul's irresponsibility, highlighting that viral fame and flashy fights cannot mask the real consequences of endangering lives. Joshua survives, supported by his team and prayers, while Paul faces public humiliation and accountability. This incident is a stark reminder that fame and money cannot excuse negligence or risk-taking that puts others in danger.
Anthony Joshua injured in car accident. 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. we'll definitely offer up some prayers for them.
Ryan Garcia reacts to Anthony Joshua's near-fatal accident with shock and disbelief, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. The focus quickly turns to Jake Paul, whose reckless involvement has now resulted in license suspension and FBI scrutiny. Fans and boxing analysts are mocking Paul, showing how dangerous and irresponsible his actions were. While Joshua survives and receives support from family and the boxing community, Paul faces the ultimate humiliation. This incident underscores a critical lesson. Flashy social media stunts and viral fights are no excuse for endangering lives. The boxing world is united in holding Paul accountable for his recklessness. Officials describe how Anthony Joshua's SUV collided with a stationary truck in Nigeria, a horrific crash that tragically claimed 2 lives. While the accident's circumstances are being reviewed, Jake Paul's role in creating the chain of events that led to this incident cannot be ignored. Paul now faces a suspended boxing license, an FBI investigation, and global ridicule. Fans are criticizing his irresponsibility, emphasizing that fame and money cannot justify recklessness. Joshua's survival contrasts sharply with Paul's humiliation, reminding everyone that the boxing world values discipline and accountability over flashy stunts and viral attention.
According to officials in Nigeria, they ran into a stationary truck while trying to change lanes on the roads. Just a horrific accident. You know, I don't want to start, assigning blame to something that I don't have the report for, but
Tony Bellew points out that Anthony Joshua was dazed but showed resilience and composure, a stark contrast to Jake Paul's reckless behavior. While Joshua survives and demonstrates the discipline and character expected of a professional athlete, Paul's involvement in the chain of events leading to the accident has left him facing a suspended boxing license, FBI scrutiny, and massive public humiliation. Fans and boxing insiders are united in criticizing Paul, highlighting the dangers of prioritizing viral stunts and flashy social media antics over responsibility and safety. Bellew's remarks emphasize the human cost of negligence. Joshua's dazed state could have been far worse if not for luck and quick intervention. The comparison between a disciplined, respected champion and a reckless influencer is glaring, showing that fame and money cannot shield Paul from accountability or erase the disastrous consequences of endangering lives.
He could get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some compassion.
Reports show just how bizarre and shocking the situation surrounding Anthony Joshua has become, all tracing back to Jake Paul's reckless behavior. Fans and boxing insiders are furious, pointing out that Paul's actions contributed to a near-fatal accident that claimed 2 lives and left Joshua dazed. With his boxing license suspended and an FBI investigation now underway, Paul's reputation is taking a massive hit. Social media is relentless, mocking his careless stunts and exposing the gap between viral fame and real-world responsibility. This incident underscores that flashy fights, hype videos, or internet clout cannot shield someone from accountability when lives are at stake. While Joshua receives support and prayers from the boxing world, Paul faces humiliation and professional consequences, proving that recklessness off the ring has far-reaching, unavoidable repercussions.
I hear what you're saying. You're probably saying, what the hell has this got to do with Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul? Well, this is where it gets really bizarre.
The fallout from Anthony Joshua's near-fatal accident has been relentless, and Jake Paul stands at the center of it all. With his boxing license suspended and an FBI investigation ongoing, Paul faces the ultimate humiliation in his career. Fans and analysts are united in condemnation, mocking his reckless behavior and questioning how someone could risk lives for fame and viral stunts. Meanwhile, Joshua recovers, supported by family, friends, and the boxing world, highlighting the stark contrast between professionalism and negligence. This incident is a harsh lesson. Fame and fortune cannot protect you from accountability when real lives are at stake.